Psychotherapist Dr. Robi Ludwig joins us now. Dr. Robi, what is the difference between enabling and helping?
This is such a good question. Enabling is fixing. So it's when a parent rushes in there and tries to protect their child from consequences of their actions. And it's immediate gratification. And when you're more in a solution mindset, you're helping them with skills that they can use in any situation in the future. So it's training them for a certain mindset to be resilient, to be strong, and to manage the challenges of life, which will definitely be there.
As a parent, how do you recognize the signs that you're enabling and you're not helping? How do you train yourself to set those guidelines?
So for parents, they really need to ask themselves, are they afraid to let their child handle situations on their own? Are they concerned about confrontation in some cases? They don't want to deal with the confrontation. Or are they overprotective? And I think what parents need to help themselves understand is we all love our kids. We almost always see them as young and needing our help. But are you paralyzing them? Are you raising them to be entitled to think someone out there will fix your problems? And that's when it's really damaging because kids grow up and they can't resolve situations and they feel emotionally entitled as well.
So if you're a parent out there and you're watching this and you're like, oh, that might be me. I see some signs of that in myself and in my parenting style. What can they do to sort of wean themselves off of this style?
So to ask yourself, do I want to raise strong kids? And of course you can always be there, but you need to think of yourself as an advisor. And you are training your child to be strong in life. So how to think. If they have difficulty with a boss, how should they handle that? If they had difficulty spending too much money, how can you help them understand the cause and effect and make that connection so that they have tools in order to live a life that's successful, really.
And independent.
Yeah, absolutely.
And independent.
Yeah.
I was listening to someone saying today, for example, instead of telling your children, like, it's time, go do your homework, you say, what's your plan for doing your homework? Because now you've put the responsibility on them. Instead of telling them what to do, you're asking them how they plan to do what it is that they want to do. What are some of those practical questions or pieces of advice where, like, you see it probably a lot in your practice? What do you tell your patients? Do this instead of that.
What I will do is, first of all, the mindset, help them understand and ask them if they want to raise kids that can't manage situations on their own. Also, it's okay to help and say, I'm going to lend you, let's say, this money for now. But in the future, I'm not going to do that. And I want you to think about ways you can manage yourself better. So you can help train them think through situations they find challenging and also not make it everybody else's fault. Let's say if you have a kid that's working for a boss that can't get along with a boss, you say, what can you do? There are lots of bad bosses out there. There's not just one. What can you do to make this right for yourself?
I love that.
And I love that too, because I think it also normalizes like respecting people's boundaries, because a lot of us come from cultures where it is normal to help. It is normal for generations to sort of tip in and help and do things to make sure their kids are independent, but also, give back a little bit.
Yeah, enabling is doing the opposite of what we think it's doing. We think we're helping, but we're really not. And so parents need to know that.
Dr. Robi Ludwig, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.